everyone. I am Harshita. I am a working professional, but in addition to that, I am also an animal activist. So when I say I'm an animal activist, I try to advocate as much as possible to leave out animals from our life as much as possible. Uh, if we see on a daily basis, like a lot of things that we do indirectly cause cruelty, not indirectly, actually directly cause cruelty to animals. Mainly food that we consume involves like killing and a death and pain and death of an animal, which we have normalized unfortunately for so long. So I think it's important for us to understand that if we are living on earth together, we need to coexist, and we do not need to harm an animal to get forward in life by any way. And it is also understandable that we eat like we consume animals as food uh, because of pleasure, but not really because of health. So I think it's important to realize what's exactly happening in agriculture, animal agriculture, and meat industry, and to see how bad they are tortured, and how much they have to go through just because of the demand that we are creating. So if there's no demand, there would be no uh, animal cruelty in the world. So that's something that we need to understand. In addition to this, I take care of a lot of dogs in my area. I mean, when I say dogs, like primarily dogs, but I try to uh, treat and feed the dogs as per my capacity and whenever my time permits. So I'm glad that I am working because this money gives me a chance to feed them and treat them when there's because the medical expenditure usually is huge when it comes to like veterinary. Also the transportation. It is not easy to carry an animal from one place to another. So if you have children, raise them to be compassionate enough towards animals. If you're a student, go around and help animals and talk about their animal rights. If you're a working professional, donate your amount to any animal rescue organizations. Or and if you have enough time, just one meal a day for an animal in your area, that's enough. That just makes their day because the plight of animals on the road is really terrible.
This is Meghna, and I play an instrument called ukulele, and I do it for my own pleasure, and I'm not professionally trained. The first question is what it is to be an instrumentalist as a woman. As I said, I do it for my own pleasure, so it does not affect on what gender I am, whether I am she, he, or they, but it will affect if I choose this instrument as my career or my profession because I'll not feel comfortable playing in certain places like many other male artists do. The second question is what change do we want to see in this art form or this art? In musical art forms, women are perceived not playing certain instruments or they're perceived only to play certain instruments. So I think no matter what your gender is, it's their choice to play what they want to. That's the change I would like to see in this art form. The third thing, what do I like playing about what do I like playing ukulele? I started learning ukulele because of two reasons. I was so inspired by a YouTube channel where she was singing and I wanted to learn this instrument. The second thing, I don't like uh, singing on tracks or karaoke, so I wanted an instrument to sing to. That's how I started learning ukulele. But when I started learning ukulele, it gave me a lot of inner peace and my mental health has become better over it's been almost 1.5 year that I have started learning ukulele or playing ukulele. So I think through the through this 1.5 year I've seen my mental health progressing towards better, and I have become a better person and a happier person after I started learning an instrument. So I think ukulele has given me that happiness or uh, that I was expecting and wanting from an instrument. So yeah, that's what I like playing an ukulele. The fourth and last question is, why do I think it is important? It is an important art form. As I said, it made me a better and happier person. So uh, that's about it, and it gave me a lot of insight on how music actually works. I was thinking, oh, it's just a track and I have to sing, but now I take care of a lot of things while I'm singing, and it and my respect towards music or music makers has become more, because I know what it takes to record a song, where I now take care of a lot of things while I'm singing and while I'm playing. So yeah, thank you so much, and have happy Women's Day.
Hi, I'm Manasa and I'm a photographer. So basically, photography allows me to express myself more, and I have had interest in photography since I was like in ninth class, I think. And yeah, it allows me to express more. And I also had to change places to properly pursue photography. Like I'm from Hyderabad and came to Chennai. It allows me to look at the world in a different way, and I've tried a lot of things to look into photography more, like different techniques, different compositions, etc. So yeah, and what I like in photography is um, it gives you a different perspective on everything. Like when we go out to shoot a lot of things, we try to look at everything in a different point of view, as in not for the sake of social media or anything, but just as a person, it makes you look at the world in a different way. And I look at everything based on, like, I'm a very visual person, so I tend to notice very small details, and I like to show it. I like to show it to people, like how I want to perceive something. And when it comes to women in the field, it was very less, but I think it's improving gradually, because I have seen a lot of women photographers. I am a part of a women photography community, which is like very huge, and it gives a lot of inspiration. And I have friends who are like women and who are photographers personally, and it's good to see people evolving. And yeah, women are coming out now. They are breaking the barriers, they're coming into the field. Wherever we go, we just have this time constraint, and basically everyone is concerned for our safety. Well, it is very sad to see that even now women are not safe outside. And when it comes to photography, there's no time structure or anything per se, just we have to go out and shoot whenever it's possible. So it's sad that it's still not safe, and still parents are not considering women to into sending them into photography. And what needs to change is, everyone should be more welcoming, and women to women, they should be more open, because there's a lot of toxic competition as well. So instead of that, women should be more welcoming with each other, so that like they'll form a community, and together we can go and shoot. And if it comes, if there's a safety constraint, we can at least show that we have a community, and we are safe, and we are together, and we are forming something. We are bringing something new to the table and to show to the world. So what needs to change is that, like, everyone should welcome each other into the field regardless of their gender. Yeah, thank you. Happy Women's Day.
Lal Salam. I'm 17-year-old, a becoming woman, a striving Marxist, and a passionate outridden dreamer who already was hit by a wave or series of waves of chaotic and darker scenes the life could show. Body, an object to satisfy. Body, an object of privilege, body, subject of order to surrender, is what I was taught as a kid and feeded by peers round me. To keep numb upon man's touch, to forgive someone's brutality on the name of links and ties, going down thighs and cries for what I don't deserve. To observe and obscure these misgivings and mischantings is not my thing, or for that instance, not a thing of any saintful creature. Sometimes I pity this whole race of sapiens, for whom basic amongst the basic protection seems to throw bigger challenges and one that could altogether create the concept of getting dangerous and barbarous. Isn't it too narrow for ourselves to fight for the life, body, skin, thoughts, and other few petty things? Or should I conjecture and consider it to be primavera of foolishness, to howl, shout, and cry for staying safe? Sexual predation. Would anyone please tell me where it's absent? At home? School? College? Workplace? Public place? Or for their very instance, even near our closest relations? It's everywhere, just like that constructed eternal God, trying not only pierce through our skin, but also our minds. For what there exists no exception. 1 or 9 children have been sexually abused every day in India, going through that darkest mental trauma. There is an increasing doltishness and sexist bigotry roaming round the country today. This series of events are questioning the well-being of so-called cultural serpentine society, whether it be from online manipulations to kinship exploitations, or from spiritual conspirations to religion devoid uniform misogynistic prejudice. Also, stressing upon those worst parenting methods, draws out the established roots of religious intolerance towards women. Dreams are skyscraping, support is low-seeking, expertise is to perpetuity, misfortune is to infinity. From infant taught her to have inferiority, then how on earth will she know about world's cruelty? Trained her to lower her head when men enter, then how will she raise to heights to make this world better? Educated her to maintain silence upon man's touch, then how do you expect her to have individuality? All this day she did same as instructed, yet she was caught as a rat in a trap, molested and raped. Being fierce or coward is one's individuality. Why do you stop her voice just through casuality? She being suppressive will maybe bring you dignity, but down to her heart, you will always remain as a piece of stupidity. Today, it's not a merry need, but an immediate exigency to shout out for regality, to end up gender disparity, to think of one's own esteem prior to others' prerogation. It now takes my whole energy to tell happy. But those wings of hopes of utopia urges me to tell Happy Women's Day, a happy which is a conjunctor. Inquilab Zindabad, long live revolution.